if we're thinking about a cooling center, let's just let's be hypothetical. If we're thinking about how many people live in this community, do we know?
10,000.
10,000. So 10,000 people where you want to rotate people out, like how big of a space? Like would we make this clubhouse its own microgrid, and how would that look, and how much space do you need, and blah, blah, blah. I have no idea, I'm asking you a random ass question.
And again,
It's a cooling center because, again, I'm talking to utilities, and they're like, yeah, brownouts are probably gonna be normalized. Like, that's the conversation that utility executives are having with me of like, we have very resilient power here. I'm born and raised here, but word on the street, when y'all, because of other issues that are happening on grids in other states, having consistent, reliable power is something I should be grateful for as an Arizona native. But fast forward, the conversations of the other utilities is that there could be more brownouts in our future. So if we're gonna have brownouts for 5 to 7, 8 hours, how do we stay cool? Because it's probably gonna be in the summertime. And so how do you make it so that you're not having to go all the way down to the baseball park, right? How do you make it that these communities are almost self-serving? So that's a random question.
Well, I would like to actually go one step further in our time machine. I actually think it would be really amazing if there was this future where energy was yours, right? The solar that you have on your house powers your house, it charges your car, which then you take to the grocery store, which you also charge your phone on the way to the grocery store, right? You come home, everything is just, it's your power. And I think that's probably not a crazy future to think about. I do think that phenomenal things happen when all of a sudden you're responsible for your own resources, which you monitor them. It's funny, like when you have to manage your own budget, all of a sudden you decide not to get your nails done every 2 weeks. So things like that, I think, would make us more responsible in terms of being very mindful of the energy that we're consuming, because now you've bought it, it's yours to distribute. What I think is really great, I'm thinking of the pickleball courts. I don't know why we're not putting more solar canopies just around, right? Well, I do know why, it's called money.
Yeah.
But money aside,
Yeah.
I do think they're really great because they offer shade, they offer power, right? And then you can actually hook them up with some lighting, and then all of a sudden you have a really wonderful, very safe space that people can use beyond just daylight hours. You could even hook up a food truck to it. Like, it could become a community thing. So we've been trying to do this. We've been trying to advocate for more parking lots to have solar canopy. And what's fascinating about those conversations with some of our clients, power generation is usually not what brings the client to the table of like, this could be a good idea. But the moment I say you could power a food truck in your parking lot and then have your employee celebration, they're like, oh yeah, we should think about this. And so my job is never boring to figure out what gets people to the table, but I think that's the future.